Well, here it is. First day of February. You won't believe this. It was 55 down here yesterday. Most of the snowpack is gone. It's unbelievable. So we had right at 30 inches of snow in the month of January. And what we're going to do out here today is take a small journey around shed hunting. We're not going to be too serious, but we will do some. And I got my new walking boots, Kel. I got it. I'll give them a test trial today, see how they work. It's right at 50 degrees today with no sun. It's a perfect day. So let's get on with the program. Well, the nice thing about today, this is what I call a perfect day. We'll look on the south-facing slopes. But anything, an antler, and this brown after it's been beat down, ought to stick out like a red light flashing in your rearview mirror. It's a perfect day to shed antler hunt. I'll show you. That's a south-facing slope, and if the deer came in there to get out of the wind, bedded down in there, they would definitely leave the antler laying on that brown leaves, that's for sure. So, just a perfect day to shed antler hunt. No wind, just beautiful day. Well, let's get on with it. Yeah, we'll check these feeding spots out. And that's amazing. All the hundreds of hedge apples that was on this ground, just almost completely gleaned. 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, about 30 hedge apples. All come off that one tree right there. And they did a lot of, they sure did a lot of browsing on them. Plus they had a scrape right here. Boy. It's a natural food. You don't need the so-called celebrity dope. Just know what's nature provided for your wildlife to eat and hunt that. You'll be a lot better off. Well, there's one less coon. I don't know. To me, that's a good sign. I don't know what killed it, but I'm glad it's not in here. 'Cause the way it goes. As we venture up here, we're going to see how our food plots held up. This was an extremely warm year, and we got lots of browse. Hundreds of deer track in here eating this green. You can see the corn, it held a lot of snow right there. A lot of snow. Got held in there. But we'll mosey on down here. The beans have been really gleaned in that deep snow because they stuck up out of there. And it's, oh, they can still eat the pods. But you notice the green in there, that's the overseeding of the forage oats in between the rows, and you can see how close I planted the rows to get as much forage out there, and it grew pretty good in a drought. I'll tell you that right now. It really did good in a drought. And you can see the beans. The deer will come out and eat those beans. They'll eat those that fell off. These were really good beans in this area. But with that severe cold that we had, they really got hit hard, and that was what they were there for. But you can notice the green forage oats down between the rows. And here was a spot. See, we divided that up with the corn, split it up, and just put just a small strip in there and had it hid. And it was forage oats, and it did really good. The deer could graze in that during the daylight. This first day of February, and we still got forage oats. If it's green, they'll eat it. Let's see what the corn looks like. It's probably been, I hope, really hit hard. Oh, I can look down the rows. There's been a lot of predation of it. But with that said, we still got corn on February 1st. And they've been in here pretty good. But then again, that's what it's in here for. There's still a lot of corn to carry them through. We still got February, March. We got quite a distance to go, but like I said, you can see the corn. So not only the coons benefited, but so did the white-tailed deer. Well, we found our first shed. It's right at 1 o'clock. It's on a south-facing slope, and we're about 10 yards from it. We'll walk over here and see how far away it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There he is. First one we found. Let's see what time it was. Just a little over an hour on the first shed. Well, here it goes. First human hand. Now that's something. When the first human hand touches something pure and wild. That is amazing. We'll circle around and see if we can find the other side. Now that's something that you want to remember. We found that shed. It's laying right there. But now I can circle around and see if I can find the other one, and I can see that visibility where that one dropped. So let's get to looking. Well, we've been looking for that other side. Found it about, I don't know, 1:15 thereabouts, and we never found the other side. But this is how you want to do this. You got GPS, you can do it that way, but this is old man school. Just put a red flag up above your gear because you don't need to carry it. And that'll let you come back to your original find. But so far, that's one better than none. Well, here we are up on where that corn there has been ravaged, which is good, but this destination is doing great. And when I got up here, it's not the site I was looking for, but I'll take it. We're what we are. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 from a little half rack 8-pointer. And that's pretty cool. About 2 o'clock now. So, well, here we go. First human hand. That's pretty good. He got mud on it. He must have just dropped that. Huh. Anyway, it's definitely changing. And right there with the fence jump, you can see all the tracks that were there. So chances are they went over the fence and left his calling card. It's really hard to put into words what we're looking at here. This forage went through one of the most severe droughts we've had. And first day of February, it's Destination by Whitetail Institute, and it went through hell. And I ain't too sure that definitely looks like an antler, and there's no white weeds or anything like that sticking up in this entire field. So that very well could be a shed. So let's get going, see what it is. Put off in real time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 51, 52. Wow. Now did that stick out? I mean, it stayed straight up on that. Look how green that is. It's just amazing. Beautiful green. And that's to go along with it. And I don't know, let's see what that other antler looks like. Might be the match set. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A match set. A matching set 8-pointer. Barrel tines the same length. Bases are the same. But they were about 400 yards apart. But that's definitely a match set. It's got all the genetics to it. Unreal. Unreal. This is the one we found earlier, and this is the one we found right now. First human hand. Wow. Thank you, Lord. And while I'm on that subject of the Lord, let's all take a bow to the late Bob Behrman. He passed away last week, and a lot of you hunted deer with him or bear with him. And there's my matching set. That's amazing. Thank you, dear Lord. Divine intervention has struck again. And right out here on this white or this green field, look how green that is. And it's the first day of February through a drought. Unbelievable. We've been going at it since right at noon, just a little after noon. So about 3 hours. And to find a matching set, like I said, you can see my gear laying out there. We found that shed 270 yards apart in the timber. It followed right down a trail. It was under this forked limb where I had and it come right down this trail. It took the main trail where I mow and it took it back into the brush. So that tells you just how lucky you are. What was the odds that it followed that mowed trail? But I mowed that in July, so that was good. Well, we got a matching set, 260 some yards apart. You know, the ironic thing, it was January 10th. It was either January 10th or December 2nd, I can't remember, that I think I had that buck right over there. But I had him beat with a north wind, but I couldn't draw my bow back. But it's great because I got his rack and I didn't care about his life. Anyhow, like I say, here was our blinds. We had the two blinds here, blind there and a blind here. And then we put the blind we get in the middle. Got my tree stand there. And it sure don't look like January or February 1st, that's for sure, here in southern Iowa. We had a severe drought, one of the worst droughts in decades. And to see that green growth of destination brought to you by Whitetail Institute, where research equals results, and that costs money. But I tell you what, those deer are feeding on that right now. Thank you very much, Whitetail Institute. Well, we almost walked 4 hours on the first day of February. There's something you won't see. 60 degrees. February 1st, 2024. And these new boots, they held up good. They got plenty of traction. They didn't hurt your feet. Walked 4 hours in them. Thank you very much for them. And need a pair of boots, look these guys up.